So, we were all teenagers once, a long, long time ago. But I'm sure we all had a favorite superhero, and if it wasn't Spider-Man, then you were wrong. But we all had that thought at some point. Could I beat the brakes off of Spider-Man? Well, the answer is no, you got no chance. But can any other teenagers in fiction stand a chance against arguably the most iconic teenager in fiction? Well, today, we're gonna go through some of the most formidable teenagers I could think of and see if they could beat my boy Spidey, and then we'll slap him on a tier list. So Harry Potter as a child, instead of using any kind of spell, decided to instead put the paws on a giant ogre, and again, using no real spells, goes on to kill a man with his bare hands. Yeah, the first Harry Potter movie was pretty brutal. Also, I'm pretty sure Harry didn't use one real spell in the whole movie, so a little fun fact for y'all there.
You'll be okay, Harry. You're a great wizard. You really are.
With his broom, Harry is shown to move extremely fast, fast enough to catch the golden snitch. He also has enhanced reflexes. He also has some insane durability, being shown to get hit through a wall by Nagini and get hit by Hungarian Horntail's tail that was shown to be able to break rocks, and being taken for a ride by Voldy into multiple buildings. And obviously, Harry uses many spells in the movies like Expelliarmus and Expecto Petroleum. That is some shitty autocorrect, but y'all know what I'm talking about. What? Harry actually uses a bunch of other spells in the movies? Okay. Well, the only ones that I think matter are the Expelliarmus, which is the signature spell of Harry, and if Harry somehow manages to hit Spidey with it, then it could do decent damage. And the stupid spell, sorry, I mean stupefy, would completely stun Spidey and end the fight. Maybe, I don't know. And Harry can also summon a deer, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what it does, but it's pretty cool. And that's without even mentioning the books, because I haven't read them. So yeah, Harry could win. If he lands Stupefy, the fight's probably over. But the problem is, Spider-Man dodges lightning on a daily basis, and Harry needs line of sight, a wand, and casting time. Plus, if Harry loses his glasses, he'll be rocking that 2200 eyesight. So unless Spider-Man gets cocky or Harry gets insanely lucky, Spider-Man probably takes this like 8 or 9 times out of 10. So Harry lands in could win situationally tier. Specifically Robin from the Teen Titans cartoon. No, not that one. I hate you. So you might be thinking, Robin has no shot. He's just a normal human. And while that may be true, this boy is not normal. He's insane.
Robin, I think you got it.
That boy ain't right.
From suplexing Cinderblock, a literal cement giant, to hitting Starfire so hard with his staff that it disintegrated, that thing is made of steel, to soloing his entire team with at least one demon spawn in it, to doing whatever this is, and taking no fall damage. This Robin is not human, I swear to God. Who was his Batman? But at the end of the day, Spider-Man still outclasses him in every stat, with him chucking cars like they're baseballs and Ultra Instinct reaction time, thanks to his spider sense. Robin definitely loses, but it's closer than you think. So Dickie is going in, Spidey has to lock in tier. Okay, I know, they aren't technically teenagers. I'm pretty sure they're like 10 years old or something, but for this video, we'll combine their ages, and that'll make them 20 years old. So still not teenagers. So Peter is obviously really smart. We all know this. He invented his own web shooters and made his own fluid to use. Pause. And he's just a genius all around, respected by Iron Man and Mr. Fantastic, the smartest man in the Marvel Universe.
My granny called, she said, Travis, you work too hard, don't worry, you forget about me.
But come on, Phineas and Ferb are insane. They've created super speed shoes, multiple giant robots, gravity manipulation machines, time machines, multiverse traveling technology, An AI that basically became Am from I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream that was able to put a cage around the whole fucking galaxy. And in one episode, they even became superheroes and basically were Iron Man. Oh, and they've even made a serum to create the Hulk. And they do all this on a daily basis in an afternoon. They could even give themselves spider powers if they wanted to. So yeah, Spidey is cooked. The only way he could win is if he catches them off guard, which I guess is possible, but I'm sure that they got some gadgets lying around that, I don't know, create mini black holes or something. I'm gonna be honest, Spidey is definitely cooked. So I'm putting P and F in Spidey's cooked tier. So 11 has diet force powers, and pretty much just has telekinesis and other stuff, I think, but all that really matters in this fight is her kinesis. Elle's force powers were strong enough to close a gate to the Upside Down that was stated to require more power than mankind could produce. So yeah, if she was able to grab Spidey with her powers, then he might lose right there. But she still has pretty normal reaction speed, and speed in general, so I doubt she would be able to grab him. She can also kinda fly a little, but not enough to matter. I mean, look at this. It's pathetic. But she was able to show Billy his traumatic backstory, so maybe if she did that to Peter, then he would break down crying, long enough for Elle to take the win. But realistically, she wouldn't be able to react fast enough to grab Spidey. But if she does, then that might be GG for Spider-Man. So I'm putting 11 in, could land a couple love taps. Individually, I don't think any of them stand a chance, and they get kinda swamped. But for this tier list, I'll group them together, and in that scenario, they put up a decent fight. The Turtles all have some enhanced stats, but their main strength is their ninja skills and stealth. They were even able to throw hands for a little while with Batman. But Spider-Man has even better stats, by a lot, and his spider sense will probably stop any sneak attack they could throw at him. Leo would probably put up the best fight, but at the end of the day, they get clapped. By the way, Donatello is the best turtle and carries that team. He's so unappreciated. He built a time machine so that TMNT could land a couple love taps. So, you might be thinking, hey, Edward isn't a teenager. He's like a gazillion years old. And yeah, he is old as shit, but the movies seem okay with him dating a teenager and acting like a teenager. So, I guess I'll let him slide into this video.
No, it isn't. I'm 109.
Wow. Maybe I shouldn't be dating such an old man. It's gross.
So Edward is a vampire and has enhanced strength, durability, and speed. And his speed is pretty insane. I mean, even people who haven't seen the movies probably know this scene. And this scene. Shit's so funny, bro. But besides those stats, he can read minds apparently, which I did not know.
I heard what those lowlifes were thinking.
Wait. You say you heard what they were thinking? So what, you read minds?
Has some kind of regeneration and every sense enhanced, and basically has his own little spider sense. A vampire sense, if you will. And he can throw down. Look at these fights. Honestly, before looking up clips for this video, I did not know the Twilight movies had such badass fights, dude. Also, he's old as shit, so I guess he would be pretty smart by now. And I think he has some degrees in a bunch of fields, like science, but nothing compared to Pete. So yeah, Edward honestly might have this one in the bag, some of the times, but Spider-Man has beaten the shit out of other vampire things. But we do know how most of the fight went the last time Spidey fought a vampire adjacent thing. So yeah, Edward's pretty strong. And again, that's just the movies. Remember, reading is for nerds. So I'm putting Eddie in Spidey has to lock in tier. So while doing the research for Danny, I was actually surprised by how broken he actually is. He has all the increased stats that come with most superpowers. Super strength, super speed, reflexes, but he also has flight, invisibility, phasing, regeneration, ghost possession, shoots energy blast, telekinesis, pyrokinesis, cryokinesis, ghostly wail, which is basically a black canary scream, and he even has his own version of spider sense with ghost sense, but it's mostly useless since Spider-Man ain't dead, but he probably will be after Danny. Plus, apparently some stuff has been going on in the new comic series that takes place after the show that makes him a universal level threat. And I don't know how to feel about that. Yeah, Spider-Man gets slaughtered. He's going in Spidey's cook tier. So I have a confession. I never watched Henry Danger. I stopped watching Nickelodeon around the time iCarly ended, and I started watching regular show. And since then, I've been a Cartoon Network fan. Dang. But for this video, I did some research and watched bits of the new movie, and like Danny, I am flabbergasted by how much more broken Henry is than I ever thought. So first off, he had a power called hypermotility or something, which was basically super speed or some kind of super reflexes. It's not that consistent, but he ended up losing this power, and honestly, Spider-Man would still whoop this Henry's ass. But currently, Henry has a new power that creates a force field that when he barely first unlocked it, let him take an explosion to the face and survive.
Oh, this blip is headed straight for a hospital full of babies. Well, those babies had a good run. Dude, they're babies!
A couple years later, Henry is also able to trap people in the force field, unable to move, and launch them miles away, like this. Also, in the movie, Henry is also able to fly now, so that's cool. But yeah, honestly, I don't think Spider-Man is getting past that field, man. Again, it withstood this when he first unlocked it, so it would most likely end in a stalemate. Unless Henry was able to catch Peter's hands in the force field like this and launch him like this. And honestly, I don't know if Spidey is getting up from that. Probably though, I don't know. But yeah, Henry is OP, and I honestly think he has a decent chance of beating Spidey, or at least ending in a draw. So I'm putting Kid D in situationally could win. Okay, yeah. Spidey gets smacked around by pretty much every alien Ben has. And don't you dare even think about Alien X. I know, I'm not talking about him. For this video, we are just gonna use the original 10 aliens. But Fray, wasn't Ben only 10 years old when he had the 10 aliens? I mean, it's in the name, Fray. You're so stupid.
The fuck you say to me, you little shit?
I know. I'm sorry. I'm breaking my rules a little bit. So, can Spidey beat any of these aliens? Accelerate? No, he is way too fast. Wild Mutt? Yeah, I think so. I don't think Mutt has anything that could really give Pete any trouble. Heat Blast? Okay, so apparently, Heat Blast could get hot enough to go supernova. So yeah, Spidey's kinda cooked. Literally. I don't think there's anything he could really do to put him down. Forearms? Okay. Forearms is incredibly strong, but I don't think he'd really be able to touch Spidey. He would be way more agile, plus he's dealt with super strong villains on a daily basis. But it is kind of a toss-up on if Spidey would win. Gray matter? I mean, obviously Spidey wins. But I don't think Spidey is just gonna let him create an anti-Spider-Man gun or something and would just punt him to the stratosphere. Upgrade? I mean, similar to Gray matter, not much he could do to Peter, but he could hack the web shooters Peter has and maybe blow them up or something, I don't know. Diamond Head. Yeah, nah, Spidey's cooked. There's no way he could even be able to damage him. Ripjaws. I mean, in water he could win, but I don't think this fight would really take place in water, and either way, Spidey would still probably find a way to win. Stinkfly. Yeah, nah, Peter's beating the shit out of him. Only thing he could really do is fly away, but at that point, it's a forfeit. And Ghost Freak. Yeah, he slams. I mean, Spidey can't touch him, and Ghost Freak could just possess him or something. Only thing Peter could do is get some extremely bright light to stop him, but that's very situational. So that's 5-ish out of 10 Spidey could beat, and even then, the watch might give Ben the wrong alien, or it could time out before Ben could actually beat Spider-Man. So it's more of a race against time for Ben. See what I did there? So yeah, OG Ben would definitely destroy Spider-Man with half of his aliens. But it is situational, and really, all Spidey's gotta do is wait out the transformations, but that's a lot easier said than done. So I'm putting OG Ben in situationally could win. But he probably would win, let's be honest. So I know what you're thinking. This is a completely unfair matchup. I know, but Spider-Man actually has a pretty good chance. So Gibby has been shown to have above average strength and durability. He was able to bust open a front door with minimal effort when he was a child, so it's safe to assume that by the end of the show, when he was around 17, he would be much stronger. He has also shown some pretty good fighting skills, but his most impressive stat is his insane durability. He has taken multiple hits and still got back up and was able to survive a fall from the ceiling and walk away unscathed. Plus, he has been shown to be pretty intelligent.
Yes, there's no one in my basement.
I didn't say anything about your basement.
However, as epic a fight as this would be, I do think that Spider-Man would mop the floor with Gibby. Bummer. So he's in no shot tier. So, here are the results. Yeah, sadly, Spidey does get swamped by a lot of other teenagers. Some that I, and I bet you, didn't even know had that dog in them. How is Edward actually beating my boy? But at the end of the day, Spidey is still the GOAT, and definitely the most iconic teenager hero, who hasn't been a teenager in the main continuity for like half a century, but at least he isn't 100 years old still pretending to be a teenager. Fucking weird ass vampire creep. So what do y'all think? Did I rank these right? Are these characters even more OP than I think? Please, don't tell me Edward is even more broken in the books. And what is your favorite superhero? And why is it Spider-Man? Well, that's all for me, guys. Bye.